to resolve a sentence into its component parts and describe the syntactic rules, to divide into grammatical parts and identify the parts and their relations to each other, to describe a word grammatically by stating the part of speech and explaining the inflection and syntactical relationships. What do we mean by all these? Syntactical analysis and relationship. Are we talking about parsing? Hey smart buddies, let's get back to school and know more with the smart slate. Today we'll know more about the term parsing. So the term parsing comes from Latin word parse, which means part, or you can say syntactic analysis. So here what we do is we try to analyze a particular sentence. We try to understand the grammatical errors, the punctuation errors, then we try to understand the parts of speech, how a particular word is changed in a sentence from its original form, and we try to understand the how a particular sentence is forming and what mistakes are there regarding, you can say, formal grammar structure or punctuation mark or any such thing. So the term parsing means the process of analyzing a string of symbols. Just like in computer language we have the coding, similarly in parsing we analyze a string, or you can say a text or a sentence, it can be article, into logical syntactic components, so that comprising or in coordination with the formal grammar rules, we understand how a sentence is formed and what errors does it have. It also means to determine the syntactic structure of an expression, just like in the computer language we have it. So we have parsing of nouns, pronouns, verb, adverbs, then we have adjectives, and the three basic types of verbs like infinitives, gerunds, and participles. So let us understand each one of them one by one. To parse a word fully is to tell what part of speech it is. Now how parsing actually works. So you tell here what part of speech it is, how it is related to other words in the sentence, and the last one is how it is inflected or changed in form. How a particular word is changed in like if the origin is mother, and if you change it into motherhood, so you have changed the word, the form of a word, or woman to womanly. So how the inflection takes place, the part of speech, and how it is related to other words in a sentence, like it is qualifying something, it is trying to denote something, it is the subject of something, it is the object of something. So when you study these three particular things, then you actually try to parse a particular sentence. So this is what the parsing is. In the mathematics, you have these rules A, B, C, step 1, step 2, step 3. Similarly, in parsing, these are the basic three rules which you have to follow. So let's begin with the parsing of nouns. The sentence is, the lady painted her hand. So you can easily guess the nouns here are lady and hand. So let's parse each one of it. So lady is the part of speech here is obviously noun. So it is a common noun, feminine gender, singular in number, it's not plural, nominative case, and subject of the verb painted. The lady is in the subject of the sentence, and it is actually the subject of the verb painted. Nominative case here means when the subject is in the when the noun is in the subject of a sentence, then the case is nominative. Second noun is hand. Common noun, neuter gender, singular in number, accusative case, and object of the verb painted. As hand is in the object of a sentence, it is the object of the verb painted. And here it is accusative case because The noun is in the object of the sentence. If it is in the object of the sentence, it is accusative. If it is in the subject, it is nominative. To understand better about the cases of nouns, the subject and the object, subject and predicate, you can check out the video in the playlist of English grammar. There are two to three special videos based upon it. Second sentence here is Hitler's hunter is in the table. So Hitler and table are the two nouns here, basic nouns. Even hunter is the noun. So try to parse this particular noun and let me know in the comment section. So Hitler is your proper noun, masculine gender, singular in number. Genitive case qualifies the noun table. Genitive case means when you hold the possession of something, then that particular noun is genitive, because Hitler is hunter. So it is whose hunter, who's the owner, whose authority is it, or who's possessing hunter. So Hitler is possessing that particular property or object. So it's a genitive case. Table is your common noun, neuter gender. We do not have any gender for table. Singular in number, accusative case because it is in the object of a sentence and it is used after the preposition on. So parsing of nouns is quite easy. You can do it on your own. Next is pronouns. You must know the types of pronoun, types of nouns, types of verbs, adverbs, and all these topics are covered already. You can check out the playlist. You are a fool. So we know you is the pronoun here. It's a personal pronoun, common gender, singular in number. It is the first person, it is in the subject. So it is a nominative case. Subject of the verb is are. Okay. Second sentence, who lives there? Who is your pronoun, but as we can see there is an interrogation mark, so it is an interrogative pronoun. It's common gender, singular in number, third person, nominative case because it is in the subject and it was the subject of the verb lives. Next sentence, the girl who lives there is my friend. Who is again your pronoun, but it is not an interrogative because there is no interrogation mark, so it's a relative pronoun. Having girl for its antecedent, it's in feminine gender, singular in number. We know who is usually for third person, nominative case because it is in the subject of the sentence before the verb lives. If it was after the verb, then the case would have been accusative. So it is the subject of the verb lives. If you study the earlier topics like types of nouns, pronouns and everything, then you can easily understand parsing of a particular sentence or part of speech. Because to parse a sentence, you must know part of speech, types of verbs, adverbs, in everything, cases, in a better way. So here I'm just quickly telling you people what a particular term is. Next is parsing of verbs. Yuan ran fast, that he might stand for first. So in this particular sentence, ran is your verb. We all know. It is an intransitive verb. Intransitive verb because there is no object. If there is an object, it's a transitive verb. Even parsing is itself an intransitive verb. So if you all want to know the meaning of transitive and intransitive verbs, ergative verbs, difference between ergative and ambitransitive verbs, everything is covered. Check out the playlist. It's an indicative mode because it is indicating something. The verb is in past tense, singular in number, for the third person, and it agrees with the subject you want. Next, Rehan played well. Played is your verb, but it's intransitive because there is no object. Indicative mode, it is indicating that someone did something, someone played well. Past tense, singular in number. Rehan is in the subject, Rehan is the first person here. Now parsing of adverbs. You walk too slow. So you all must know what are adverbs. So your slow is your adverb of manner, It's showing how are you walking, quickly, fastly, slow. So a verb of manner is slow. It modifies the verb walk. So what act is done in which manner? So your act is walk. You are walking slowly, you are eating slowly, you are drinking quickly or fastly. So the verb here is walk. Next sentence. I met him yesterday. Met is your verb and yesterday is your adverb. So adverb of degree, it shows you the time period, or yesterday, today, tomorrow. All these are adverbs of degree and it modifies the verb met. Next is adjectives. They are demanding more ransom money. So more is your adjective. Adjective of quantity, it is in comparative degree and it qualifies the noun money. What are they demanding? More. So they are demanding money, more money. So the noun, the particular adjective is qualifying is money. I hate lazy employees. If you look at this particular sentence, lazy is the qualifying term used for employees who are not willing to work or they are not studious. So they are lazy employees. So I hate lazy employees. Lazy is the adjective of quality. It is in the positive degree and it qualifies the noun employees. Positive degree, comparative degree, and superlative. These are the three degrees of adjectives. If you want to know this in detail, do comment us so that we can make a video on it. Next is parsing of infinitives. So I did not mean to hurt you. We all know, we have covered it in the types of verbs. Infinitives are verbs which have to along with it, but before verbs when you have to, it is infinitive. So to hurt is infinitive and it is object of the verb mean because it is after the verb mean. Diana wanted to study further. She wanted to study further. So to study, to plus verb is infinite. Object of the verb wanted. Clear? Next is gerunds. Gerund is quite easier when you have verb plus ing, it is gerund. But here it acts as noun and not verbs. If it acts as verb, it's a participle. Hillary enjoys trekking. Trek plus ing, trekking. So trekking is your gerund. Gerund from the intransitive verb trek and it is object of the verb enjoys because it is in the object of the sentence and not the subject. And as there is no object in this particular sentence, the verb trekking is intransitive verb. Blogging is his hobby. Now blogging is his hobby. So blogging is the noun here, but it is in the subject. So gerund from the intransitive verb blog. Next, parsing of participles. You fool, laughing so loudly amid the crowd. So I said you, when verb plus ing is there and it acts as a verb and not as a noun, it is a participle. So it's a present participle because the tense it is showing here is present and it's qualifying the noun fool. Who is laughing? So you fool. So that particular noun fool is being qualified here. I read the book already. So verb here is read. So read is in the past participle form and it is qualifying the book, noun book. So what did I read? I read the book. Thank you. Keep learning, keep growing. This were the few sentences covered in parsing. If you want more, do let us know in the comment section. And stay subscribed.